Kids and cadets, happy Saturday, Sat Turd Day. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like a turd. It may be a turd, so I may rechristen it at the end of the video. But no real turds. I've been getting some good looking stuff recently, so let's see if that trend continues. I ended up getting this from these two from a local scrapper. I priced the Turo at 30 and 20 for the baby 20, and this thing came in. Scrapper that delivers said he just had one mower, so it was on his tailgate strapped down. So since I paid 30 for the Turo, I thought I'd do the same for this. It's just a standard pusher with the Honda. So you could see the tread pattern on this. Looks pretty good, same as the Turo. What's the Turo? 2022 new machine. What year is this one? This says it's conforms to 2018 regulations. 2018 on the Craftsman model. Actually, that's an MTD number. The 11 Alpha Dash Bravo 2 Alpha Quebec 793. Data manufacture 11th month 2018. So that corresponds with the Honda production date. So let's see what the deal is on this. Somebody's put an aftermarket filter on it, which looks goobered up. There is an inline filter back here in the tank, which you can pull out. It's a long in-tank filter. So we got a baggy dust blocker. There goes FedEx ground. They didn't leave me any residue in there. Only thing that I saw so far, missing the bolt here and the pull handle. So let's see why this thing was pushed to the curb. Let me, before we do anything, I'm up and I got you in my hand. Let's look at this underside. Flat there on the blade, kind of rusty. You could see some buildup. A lot of cobwebs this thing's been sitting. This thing's been sitting non-running, so maybe we're going to see some stale gas. But there's plenty of meat on this. It's not sandblasted on the lift. We can sharpen that up. 2018, probably original blade, so maybe this hasn't seen a lot of use. Made in USA with global material. The engine's the Honda GCV160. I'll give you the full description down below. So since you're here, might as well look at this together. What's the filter? Oh, backside looks clean, looks kind of wet here. Oily. Oh, it's been sitting. Cockroach turds, and they've just pooped all over the cover here. Poopy. The original Honda filter. 17211 Lima A Zebra Lima 8-023 is the original Honda. So nobody's messed with the filter since new, or very unlikely. They've gone to the Honda dealer and gotten a filter. Okay, oil and gas next. We'll do gas. Okay, tank is dry. Yeah, there's nothing down there. As you could see, okay, I got to bring you back down and show you something else. The filter's empty. It looks like a crappy aftermarket and it just broke. I just lifted a little bit and the nipple broke off. Does it have oil? When you check the oil on these Hondas, you just unscrew it and put the dipstick on the neck without screwing it down. What do we have? Okay, perfect. Right here to the top. So it's not overfilled and it doesn't look very old. It's got a nice golden brown color. So I don't think this thing has seen much action. I don't see any abuse. Maybe some peeling paint, but that's just the crappy MTD paint jobs. Okay, let me bring you down to the GCV160. Just touched the filter here and it broke off. So I don't know if this was an issue or did I just do it. I just lifted it up to see if there was any fuel and it snapped off. So was this leaking past here and flooded the deck, corresponding with an empty tank? Because there's not a bit of nothing down in there. Okay, so we'll leave that off because we're going to have to juice it eventually. So my rectification for this should get another piece of hose and put it on. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? I could reach the bowl from here. I say we goose it with some nitro. If it kicks off, maybe drop the bowl, see if it's shitty. If it's nice and clean, we rectify it here with a piece of straight pipe. Okay, Snaky, enjoy this 70-degree Florida weather. Get some sun. Okay, we're going to use nitro. I could have used Super Tech, but nitro was right here. So oily, and that oil on the bottom of the filter. Okay, we got action in the safety brake cable. That seems to be functioning. Let me grab the non-existent handle and try it. 1, 2. Okay, fired off. Huge bit of smoke. So why don't we, yeah, I say we do the bowl. It's bowl action right now. And then I'll have to scramble for some hose or steal it off of another nearby Honda machine. Wasn't expecting to get hosed on turd day, sat turd day. Okay, we got a 10. We'll do 1/4-inch drive, get up in there and drop that bowl. Let's see if there's even any gas in here. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay. Our first indication will be if the nut's rusty. If it is, then we know we gotta ultrasonic clean it. Okay, it's syrupy, a little bit of syrup. I'll show you guys. Okay, the nut's nice and shiny. Okay, it's oil. I thought it might be shellacky, but motor oil. Yeah, it smells like motor oil. So what do you think the deal is? Before he brought it to me, the scrapper had it sideways, carburetor facing down possibly last week before he brought it to me. Could have been on his trailer any old which way. So I think we're starting off on a good tone here. I like this music. I'm getting a good vibration. What we're going to do is put this back together, deal with the gas line, and try it. Worst case scenario, I got to pull the carby and deal with jet issue, block jet, but nothing looks out of the ordinary down here. If I can get this paper gasket back and the nut on, that'll be a small New Year's miracle. But I'm going to give it my best shot. Got some dirt hanging on the carb. I don't want to knock any of that loose, so this is going to be a challenge. Okay, all's good. Oh wow, gasket stayed where it should. Let me tighten this down. Righty tighty. Okay, hand tightening it. Oh, there you go. So let me scramble for a piece of hose next. So you guys go to the kitchen, get a donut, coffee, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, Milky Way bars, cupcakes. I wonder if this is a case of somebody moving and it was in the backyard, because we know it was sitting and they just decided to put it to the street because they were moving out of state or moving into a condo. Okay. Excuse me, let me grab some needle nose, take a quick looky look. I've got a couple of Hondas around. I think that would be the quickest and most efficient. I've got a Tecumseh here, just the engine, but I think the hose may be a tad short. Okay, I got a Honda GCV pressure washer. I paid $10 for. What's that look like? That might work. Yeah, why don't I do that? Steal it off the pressure washer. So hopefully you guys are having a good week, anything shaking and baking. Hope you're staying warm. Okay, I hate these Honda fuel line clamps. Okay, I gotta throw a container under the gas. The gas in this pressure washer stinks, so give me a minute. I'm letting the gas pour out. It unfortunately had a full tank of gas. It's coming out brown. So sometimes it's like that. And the inline fuel filter came out. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so the tank's done draining. Okay, here we go. So here's the inline filter, and I hate these Honda clamps. So the fuel filter's kind of stuck in there. But this will go right up into the tank. It just pulled out of the tank for some reason. I just got to use some brute force. Okay. Looks like the little barb was caught up in there, but I yanked the crap out of it to get it out. Okay, I can turn this so you can rate my shade tree mechanic ability. Let me put you there, and I'm going to go to town on this. Is it going to fit? Yeah, I think it may. Just to see if this thing's going to run on its own. I guess I could put another inline filter, but the ones in the tank generally are pretty good on these Hondas. I think Kohler does the same thing, but they don't have a shut-off valve. They just have a straight pipe. Okay, so that, oh, see, it pulled out of this one as well. Okay, this one's coming out a lot easier. Let me stick that back in. There's no dirt on it, so I'm just going to reinsert it into the plastic nipple. Okay, where's my short piece? Right here. Yeah, if I put enough gas in it, I think we'll be okay. Just for checking it. You know what I mean? Okay, I put the hose clamp up on both of them. Okay, I brought highly flammable liquid right here. Okay, my nut down there is tight on the bowl. Okay. Add some, still spilled it. I gotta just slow down when I'm handling liquids, just let it dribble out, not try to fill a quart in 2 seconds. Okay, that's about half a tank. That's good enough. Okay, that's that. We can deal with the cord. Let me get my air gun and get rid of these. Blast the filter. If it wasn't for the cockroaches, this would be pretty clean. So this one's a mystery so far, except they broke the handle off and did some aftermarket filtration. I should probably use these clamps that they put on. Those look professional. 11 to 13 millimeter clamps, they're marked. Okay, so we got to pull. Fuel is on. I'm not leaking from the bowl, so that worked out good. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, Snaky, careful if this thing starts. I don't want you taking a dive. How did that work? How did that work out? I think it worked out good. So this was a weird one. 2018, fired off with no issue once we put the straight pipe on it. So maybe this thing was the issue, just me touching it, finished it off, you know. But Harvey, the homeowner, could have got another piece of fuel line and gotten rid of this to prevent or eliminate the leak if it was leaking. So this was a weird one. If he had the ability to concoct this thing, he could have easily removed it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy. You know, this thing hasn't seen any use. blade wasn't sandblasted, filter wasn't bad except for the cockroaches, and the oil was at the top mark and it's golden brown, so I don't know why this thing was crapped out or turded out to the street. So some maintenance, needs some oil on the wheels. They're kind of stiff, probably from sitting outside. Got all kinds of leaves, twigs, sticks. So this thing was sitting on some grass or sand. But I'll clean up this GCV160 and make it pretty. We'll do a little Lawrence Carroll here. See, I do have ATF nearby, so why don't I do that? We'll do it proper cleanup. I was going to put a drop of motor oil, but we're going with Lawrence Carroll's trick. Well, that was a lot. And I'm sure I'm grinding sand into the paint, but we're going to wash it off and then ATF it. I just wanted to see if it was going to shine. Yeah, I took a lot of dirt off of it. I could see it on the rag. Yeah, I think we're doing good. Anywho, thanks for coming out, you guys. It's always a pleasure having you, and I appreciate all the happy birthday well wishes. You guys are awesome. Saturday turned out good. If you have any questions or complaints, concerns, Tommy.time at Yahoo. You can also send me pictures of what you're working on, or just tell me what you're working on. I like to hear what you guys are wrenching and trying to rectify. Okay, adios amigos. This was a good deal on the 2018. Super happy with the bag. Clean it up to Lawrence Carroll's shine level, and this thing will bring 150 next year with the bag. Honda powered. People ask for Hondas and they ask for bags, so this is going to be a easy 150 machine, and it'll be easy to rectify. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks again. Tip your waitress and wait staff.